CloseBrace, for JavaScript developers, by JavaScript developers. In this episode, we're going to add functionality to those remove from my list buttons that we added last time. Well, functionality beyond console logging anyway, since the vast majority of users wouldn't find that very useful. To do that, we're going to need to create two API routes, some actions, some reducers, and some new code for our components. Busy as always. Let's get started. Open /routes/API/albums.js. Head for line 142, which ends our getArtists method. Below it, add a padding line, and the following route code. We use a nice built-in method for JavaScript arrays here, array.filter, which lets you designate a function to check each value against, and builds a new array only out of those values which your function returns. So in this case, we run through the user's list of album IDs and return all of them except the one we're trying to delete. Then we update the user in the database with the new truncated list of albums. That's it here. Save the file. Open /routes/API/artist.js. Head for line 84. And below it, add the exact same thing, except, well, for artists. Here's the code. Save this file. And we're done on the back end. Now we move on to actions, so open up /source/actions/albums.js. Below line 7, add these two new action creators. Then head for line 56. Add a padding line. We're going to create a delete album function, which is also going to repopulate the albums in the store once it runs, in order to keep what we're seeing on the page in line with what's happening at the database level. Remember, the only thing stored in the user data is a list of album or artist IDs. We have to run a populate with those IDs to get a list full of actual information. Here's the function. And scrolling. As you can see, we have an extra .then in which we run the album population and just pass the JSON along down the chain to be handled. Unless there's an error, in which case we don't bother to repopulate because nothing has changed. Also, I disabled ESLint on that one line because it was complaining about populate albums coming after this function, but I prefer alphabetical order in my actions. Save this file. And open /source/actions/artist.js. Time to do the same exact thing here, except with artists. First add 2 lines below line 7. And then head down to line 56 again. Add a padding line. And here's the code. I'll scroll for you again, even though this is super identical. Not much to say that hasn't already been said, so let's move on. Save the file, and let's do some reducing. Open /source/reducers/error.js. Below line 13, add this code. And below line 17, add this code. Save the file, and open /source/reducers/list.js. We need to catch our delete actions here, so below line 10, add this code. And below line 25, add this. Good. Rolling along. Save this file, and open /source/reducers/user.js. Remove the opening brace from line 15, and below it, add this line. Then remove the opening brace from line 21, and below it, add this. While we're here, let's remove the spaces from the empty objects in lines 17 and 23. No particular reason, I just think it's more aesthetically pleasing. Plus, it matches up with all our other code. Consistency is a good thing. Save the file, and let's make rocket go! Open up /source/components/list/listpagecontainer.jsx. Import our new functions by changing lines 4 and 5 to this. After that, head for line 61, and map those dispatches right to props by adding this code below the line. 61, that is. Now that we have some proper props, head up to line 45, and make it look like this. And then pass those funky functions, sorry, I really don't know what's wrong with me today, on down to our child component by adding these 2 lines below line 54. All good here. Save the file, and open /source/components/list/listpage.jsx. The main thing we're doing here is making our delete function actually do what we want it to do. So replace lines 16 to 18 with the following code. And by main thing, I actually meant only thing. We're done. Save the file, head for a browser, refresh the page, make sure you're logged in, and view your list. If you don't have any albums or artists added for some reason, go add some. Otherwise, remove a few and see what happens. It should work exactly as expected, which is how we like it. In the next tutorial, we're going to take a short break from writing component code to upgrade to the latest and greatest in Node and React, as well as cleaning up our woefully neglected package.json file a bit. See you there.